Hello, my name is Yashika Solanki. And today we are going to talk about the topic innovative strategies for big data management. So, as we know, in today's world, there's this vast amount of data keep generating every single second, and it is very important to kind of manage it properly. And for that, we cannot use traditional ways to manage data since it is very much not applicable for big data, and since we have to analyze it and make and bring out some informational insights from that data, it is very important to have some innovative strategies to manage for the big data management. So let's start with what big data is. So we can talk about big data when when we talk about big data, we generally refer to these four V's, which is volume, velocity, variety, and veracity. Volume generally refers to massive amount of data that keeps generating every single day. It is in petabytes, terabytes, exabytes, and zettabytes, not terabytes, exabytes, and even zettabytes. And velocity is like data stream, continuous flow of data, and it is like increasing and get increasing, and data is being created daily. So it is like real time data such as social media posts, sensor reading, financial transaction, etc. And variety, we have so many different sources from which the data comes, and since there is so many sources, there is different types of data such as text, images, videos, sensor audios, etc. So another, this is variety. And veracity, this is like about the quality of data. We can say that not all data is like perfect, and sometimes it's messy and inaccurate and insignificant, inconsistent, everything. So that kind of data is very tricky to work with. So that is veracity. Now, coming on to the traditional approaches to manage big data. So there were so many approaches. Some are data warehouse, relational database, and batch processing. So in this methods, starting with data warehouse, it was a centralized repository, as in everything was stored in big one place, and from there only all the management was done. And in relational database, it was structural data storage system, and here we used tables and rows for managing data, and it was kind of very troublesome for the data which was big in size, big in quantity, like big data. It was troublesome for big data and very complicated. We cannot store images and videos and everything in tables and rows. Coming on to batch processing is like the data where we divide it into chunks, and process is process it process it periodically, as in here the data is divided into chunks, and since it is not processed in real time, we get very delay. So these are the traditional approaches, and as we can see, there are many limitations and traditional approaches to process big data, such as scalability challenges. We cannot, like, if the data is massive, we cannot process it. And data integration complexity, here if we integrate data from different sources, it generally gives us error. Real time processing, as we saw that batch processing requires it to process in chunks and bits and pieces, which was not giving us real time insights. So it was difficult to make real time insights, and decision making was very difficult. So we can say it was not at all flexible for us to use traditional methods for processing big data. So now we have innovative strategies to manage big data. First one is scalable data storage solution. As the name suggests, scalable. It means as we grow, as we go on, we have enough of storage. We have enough amount of storage available. So there are like cloud-based storage, distributed file system, and NoSQL database. So in cloud-based platform, it allows us to scale storage as needed. As we go on, we can increase, we can scale up the storage, and it is very highly available, and also it is very redundant, which is like very crucial when it comes to data security. Second is distributed file system. These are like spread. Here we spread data across multiple servers, allowing for high throughput and access for parallel processing. Here we can have parallel processing. We have multiple nodes and all, so through that we can process data multiply at once. And then comes NoSQL database. These are specially designed for unstructured and semi-structured data and can easily scale horizontally, making them much more flexible than traditional and relational database. Now comes second technique, which is advanced data analytics and visualization. Of course, when it is visual, we see it, and that's how managing also becomes easier. If we see what needs to be done, it is easier. So it also helps us to make sense what's exactly going on. So machine learning plays a very important role here, since it can spot patterns in data that are too complex for humans to see. Here we can see patterns from the algorithm. We figure out that, and of course through that it makes us to make smarter predictions. Then there is interactive dashboard. We can use them to look at the data in real time, and that makes us easier to explore and visualize. Then there is data storytelling, and here it is like it turns complicated data into simple stories that helps us in decision making and understanding what's going on and what's going to happen and what to do next. So that's how when we visualize it, it makes sense to us. It is very clearer to us. Third is real time data processing and streaming. So real time processing is like a game changer. We used to process data in batches, and here we used to wait for hours and days for the result. But now we have tools like Apache and Kafka and Apache Spark. So we can process the data as it's being created. जैसे जैसे डेटा क्रिएट होता जा रहा है रियल टाइम में, वैसे वैसे हम इन फ्रेमवर्क्स के थ्रू हम लोग इनको प्रोसेस भी कर सकते हैं ईजीली. Plus, these microservices and event-driven architectures allows us to like break things into smaller pieces. इनके थ्रू हम लोग डेटा को स्मॉलर पीसेस में ब्रेक करके और एफिशिएंट वे से प्रोसेसिंग कर सकते हैं. एंड विथ एज कंप्यूटिंग वी कैन प्रोसेस डेटा closer to where it's being generated, cutting down on delays. So हम लोग एज कंप्यूटिंग के थ्रू डेटा को वहाँ प्रोसेस कर सकते हैं, उसके पास में प्रोसेस कर सकते हैं जहाँ पे वो जनरेट हो रहा. So this is also something very good for big data. Now coming for the fourth strategy, that is leveraging machine learning and AI. Machine learning and AI is like revolutionary. Here we can do a lot of things using machine learning and artificial intelligence. AI helps us to find hidden insights and data, even predict trends. It predicts trends for us, and we can also see so many hidden patterns uncovered when it's like AI powered. And of course there's this automatic data processing. मशीन लर्निंग के थ्रू हम लोग ऑटोमेटिक टास्क करवा सकते हैं, लाइक क्लीनिंग एंड प्रिपेयरिंग ऑफ द डेटा, दैट सेव्स अस सो मच टाइम. एंड देयर इज़ दिस एडवांस्ड एनालिटिक्स. मशीन लर्निंग में डिफरेंट डिफरेंट मॉडल्स होते हैं दैट वी कैन यूज़ टू एनहांस आवर डेटा एनालिसिस. एंड इसके थ्रू हम लोग और भी ज़्यादा सफिस्टिकेटेड इंसाइट्स और प्रेडिक्शन निकाल सकते हैं. देन देयर इज़ डेटा ऑप्टिमाइजेशन. AI, of course AI can optimize data storage. हम लोग डेटा को स्टोर कैसे कर सकते हैं इन अ वेरी इफ़ेक्टिव कॉस्ट इफ़ेक्टिव वे में, कितना फास्टर हम लोग डेटा को रिट्रीव कर रहे हैं एंड यूज़ कर रहे हैं. इसके थ्रू हम लोग AI के थ्रू ऑप्टिमाइजेशन इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी ईजी. सो नाउ दैट वी नो ऑल दिस स्ट्रैटेजीज़, सो एक्चुअल में ये स्ट्रैटेजीज़ कैसे वर्क करेंगी, लेट्स सी. सबसे पहले we can assess our data, the data that is needed, figure out how much data you're dealing with and how fast it is coming and how messy it is. We see all the data, access it, assess it, and then we choose the technology and we choose the right tool, what is needed, cloud storage or NoSQL or real-time processing. We do that and then we form architecture. There's this design which is flexible. We make it make sense. We make graphs and charts and stuff like that. And then after that we develop data pipelines. Here we kind of clean and analyze the data without very much manual stuff. It is very much AI used. We use so much AI and machine learning here. And then we optimize. Finally, keeping an eye on everything, we monitor our system, how much optimization is done and कितना और smooth हम लोग इसको run करवा सकते हैं. We see all that. So that's how we can innovatively manage big data. Thank you.